Guess what, guys? The British government are actually bullish on cryptocurrency. Yes, the UK are extremely bullish on crypto. They want a slice of the cake, finally. So, you guys are probably familiar with this chart right here, US dollar purchasing power. You can see the diminishing trend line here. You can see how purchasing power continuously goes down, and it's pretty obvious these days when you walk into a shop, you get one bag of shopping, and you realize you're not really getting as much for your money anymore. Well, tell you what, the UK government are finally bullish on cryptocurrency. There's some huge regulations coming into place as the UK aims to be the next global crypto hub. Let's see how well they can pull this one off, shall we? So look at this. HM Treasury Chancellor Rishi Sunak has asked Royal Mint UK to create an NFT to be issued by the summer. Whoa! Well, guess what? In order to mint something, you need to do something first. You need to have something, which is... that's right, Ethereum most likely. If you're going to mint it on the ERC20 mainnet, you've got to have some crypto to do it. So yes, the government are very, very bullish on cryptocurrency. Otherwise, they wouldn't be looking to create some NFTs, right? That's the way I see it. Anyhow, Bitcoin, 34.6K. This is just an exciting day. You know, the things are going to change massively for crypto. There's a lot to be excited about next year. You've got more stimulus money, you've got ETFs, you've got regulations, you've got more politics, you know. There's so much to be excited about. So 2024 is going to be the big year. And how did I forget? You got the Bitcoin halving too. So a lot of fun things could potentially be happening. Anyhow, Bitcoin sitting at 34.6K. October is here. We're starting to see bullish trajectory in the overall crypto market. So I think it's also about understanding things like the new meta, and also from a socio-economic point of view, what do people want right now? I mean, going back to this, we know that every day we're going to work, we're hustling hard, we're bringing back money, we want to feed our kids, put food on the table, but the returns are just diminishing. You know, acquiring property seems impossible, but being able to buy a Rolex watch or a nice car is just so attainable these days. I mean, it's almost like they're forcing everyone to live on credit, and the UK is becoming a bit like America, where it's just like a credit world. Well, it's just crazy to see what's happening. So I think, you know, maybe governments are understanding that the legacy banking system is not really the best thing right now, and there are better alternatives. So they're looking to, you know, regulate so they can have things their way, I guess. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I think this is very, very good in a way, actually. So $40,000 Bitcoin could be on the cards. If we break through this 36K resistance zone, then 40K could potentially happen. It'd probably be a transient phase, but hey, 40K today is better than not seeing 40K at all, and it'd be a great milestone for 2023 within this bear market. I know a lot of you get funny when I call it a bear market still, but it absolutely is a bear market. Anyhow, let's look at the exciting news in this video. So UK publishes final proposals for crypto stablecoin regulation. The government plans to propose legislation on fiat-backed stablecoins by early 2024. So is this them being bullish? I mean, I'd be kind of sad if the world is suddenly being paid, you know, through stablecoins. You know, it's no longer going to be a special thing. So it's crazy to think what's going to happen in the future, and really it is very cloudy. It's a very much a grey area, but it's cool. We're seeing something, right? We're seeing the UK governments want to do something about this. So the biggest and most established global hub for everything crypto, blockchain and Web3, effectively, the government published its proposals for regulating the crypto ecosystem following industry complaints. It was dragging its feet. So look at things like Dubai, Cyprus. You know, there's a lot of areas that are very kind of friendly with crypto, and there's a lot of Web3 entrepreneurs out there, and they're feeling the red tape, they're feeling the restrictions, and it's just creating unnecessary bureaucracy and stress through people's working day, right? You know, from a professional point of view, it kind of makes sense. So the UK government have to do something about it, because it's just a snowball that's just growing more and more. So the UK government published its first final rules for the crypto ecosystem, saying it plans a phased introduction of regulation, with legislation for fiat-backed stablecoins being introduced early next year. And there's even talks about getting people set up on payroll and using something very similar to the existing tax codes, which don't really need to be fiddled too much. So anyone in the UK, Web3 jobs being paid in Tether or some other stablecoin could very well be a thing of the near future. The plans are in line with an April 2022 policy set out by Rishi Sunak, then Finance Minister and now Prime Minister, to make the UK a crypto asset hub. That is the key word, a crypto asset hub, and are likely to be welcomed by an industry that has complained the government had been dragging its feet. Well, it absolutely has. They've been moaning all this time, and everywhere else in the world is adopting, proactively moving around the changes, but we're not really seeing it. Anyhow, if we just scroll to the top of this article, UK aims to become global crypto hub. Someone says, I don't know how to say that word right there. Among the initial steps will be legislation to recognize stablecoins as legitimate vehicles for payments. So does that mean we can now go and buy things with our cryptocurrency? It leaves the question, right? Would be very cool if we could utilize our liquid commodities. I would say USDT is much more like a currency because it's pegged to the dollar. However, things like Bitcoin, I don't just view as a currency, of course, but Tether, because you have to exchange into the currency itself, does very much feel like it should be expendable in this way. It should be a stablecoin that can be quantified in terms of exchanging service for income. It could be used as income for the future, for normal business. The UK government on Monday announced a series of initiatives towards its goal of making the country a global centre for crypto technology. Yeah, right, okay. Yeah, no, probably not. I don't think it's going to be that streamlined. I mean, look at ULEZ cameras. Just do a bit of research on ULEZ cameras right now. This is what the UK wants for everyone, by the way. They want to keep everyone broke as fuck. They just want people to suffer and be miserable, even in this cost of living crisis. So yes, have a little look at ULEZ, by the way. This will show you how smoothly the UK government can deploy things. Anyhow, moving on. The measures we've outlined today will help to ensure firms can invest, innovate and scale up in this country. Chancellor of the Exchequer, Rishi Sunak, said in a press release, one of the first steps will be to bring stablecoins into the UK payment system. So this is interesting. If you're currently being paid in, GBP, fiat, worthless currency. Sunak's statement and two comments made by John Glenn, a Minister of State at the Treasury at the Global Finance Summit. So this is serious stuff. Serious stuff. This will enable consumers to use stable coin payment services with confidence, even though you already can use them with confidence, so that's just a load of rubbish. The government will introduce this legislation as part of an ambition to deliver a world-leading regulatory regime for stable coins. So basically, they probably just want to generate more tax and have more control over the whole place. We don't think the tax code will need a major surgery to make it work more easily for crypto, said Glenn. The UK is also playing a leading role in negotiations on the new tax reporting framework to enhance tax transparency and consumer confidence while enabling a level playing field in tax reporting globally. Very, very nice. So guys, that's what's happening for the UK. I know a lot of you are still sitting there on the sidelines. Do I leave the UK? Do I go to this tax haven? I mean, it's very tempting to leave the UK these days, and I think we are going to see a huge shift in terms of the demographic. I think lots of people that are just natively English want out of the UK now. And I think that's, not many people can, but people that have remote opportunity to work, it makes sense to transfer your wealth abroad and 10x your purchasing power. And that is literally what happens. If I have £200,000 right now liquid and I move somewhere else and, let's say the purchasing power goes up by 10x, I now have £2 million pounds worth of purchasing power. So for every 1 hour I work in the UK, I may as well be working for 6 minutes abroad. So that's how you buy your life back, by the way. You offshore your wealth, your assets, and you go somewhere where basically you will be feel like a millionaire, even though you're not technically. So how to feel poor, just go to London, and how to feel rich, just go somewhere that is, the GDP is not that great. So it could be somewhere beautiful where the quality of life might not seem great, but like a paradise like Cyprus, Dubai, Asia, Colombia, Mexico, Brazil, all these beautiful places where you could actually reside and have a happy life. So there's always this battle, staying in the UK or moving away. And unfortunately, it is all the red tape that drives these massive life-changing decisions for people in the crypto space. So overall, I would love to see the UK become a friendly place for cryptocurrency in general. I hope it will be done in a fair way. I hope it will be easy. I hope there won't be too much bureaucracy and too much red tape around the matter, because the world is moving towards blockchain technology, and it's just a huge part of the future. It's a good part of diversification. I think it will get rolled out in universities. I think it will get rolled out in schools eventually. Even they prefer to teach kids about freaking art and history and, I don't know, freaking PSHE and other things, pointless things for many hours straight, when they could be learning stuff that matters, like understanding financial vehicles and how money works. But I feel like they'd rather not let people know how money works. So, you need those people that just do normal societal roles, I guess. Overall, this is cool. I don't know if I'm excited or not, or whether I feel like it's just going to be a bit of a shit show for everyone, but fingers crossed this is bullish information. So let's see what happens. Let's wait on the sidelines. It's good to see a bit of proactivity, maybe a good 10 years late or whatever, but hey, it is what it is. Anyway, if you're new here, guys, do subscribe to the channel. Do get yourself down below into the Patreon and the Discord. Consider becoming a patron. Maybe you like trading. Maybe you're a busy person. Well, guess what, guys? We've got all the signals you could ever need right here. I'm showing you on screen right now. So if you want those signals, please do join down below. We've worked very hard, relentlessly hard, tenaciously hard to make sure that our product is as optimized as possible, so you guys can, trade with confidence and slowly learn, before we get to the bull run, which is probably about 250 days away. Anyway, I am now going to leave this topic alone, and I'm not going to come back. I'm not going to come back to this topic for a long time. I'm going to leave it here. Let's have a look what happens, maybe in 6 months' time. See if this really does play out the way it should. And hopefully it'll be done in a fair way, which satisfies everyone, regardless of your status, regardless of the amount of money you've got in the bank. We all just want fair and easy access to blockchain and cryptocurrency without being scrutinized. So that would be very nice. See you soon, guys. Subscribe, like, comment.